What's up, horror fans? Thanks for joining my channel today. And listen, we are on the final countdown to Halloween. We are now officially, as of today, 10 days away from our favorite day of the year. So I wanted to give you guys 10 movies that you have to watch between now and Halloween. Now, this doesn't matter if you are a longtime horror fan, if you don't really watch much horror, or if you're brand new to horror. There will be something for everyone to enjoy in this list. So let's get started. So how I came up with this list was a lot of my favorites that I like to watch, not even during October, just throughout the year, that always stay fresh in my mind. No matter what movies come out, I always find myself going back to these because horror is so widespread, but these to me just seem to stand out. Doesn't mean they're the best. If I really sit down and think about one of my favorite movies, if I'm ranking like list of slashers or list of ghost movies and things like that, that can change day to day because I really have to give it some thought. These are just 10 that I really enjoy. So let's get started. Number 10, The Strangers. Okay? Here's why The Strangers. I was actually talking to a buddy of mine yesterday who watched the original Halloween, and he enjoyed it, but he felt had he watched it closer to when it came out, he would have enjoyed it more. As much as I love Halloween, today to somebody who is in and out of their fandom for horror or new kinds of visits here and there, Halloween and some of these 70s movies can be a little slow. Strangers is very similar to the concept of Halloween, but it's set in modern time. A lot more faster paced and with modern technology. So that's my number 10. Coming in at number 9, Burnt Offerings. Now, although what I said about just now about The Strangers is relevant, there are certain movies that don't age as badly as others. For instance, I think Hellraiser still holds up pretty well today by comparison of some other movies from the 70s. From the 80s. This movie, Burnt Offerings, from the 70s. What I liked about it was the acting. It stars Burgess Meredith, the same guy who played Rocky's trainer in the Rocky series, early Rocky series. Also Karen Black, who back in the 70s, Karen Black she's a very underrated scream queen. Everyone talks about the Jamie Lees, the Neve Campbells, and so on and so forth. Karen Black doesn't get the credit that she deserves. And this movie was a showcase of hers. I really, really like this movie. It's one that I find myself going to quite often. Part of it because I just love a good ghost story. I love a good haunted, well, not ghost, I love a good haunted house movie. And when it comes to Halloween time, what better movie to watch than a haunted house movie? So that's my number 9. Number 8, I'm going to go with Zombie. Now listen, I'm a big fan of George A. Romero. I understand I respect him, what he's done. For me, even though he was the first one to make zombies mainstream, I personally don't think he did it the best. And that's not a knock on him, okay? That's not to say anything he didn't do was correct. Or was it right, it wasn't good. But Zombie, to me, has the best looking zombies in all of zombie history. I will say that Walking Dead is very good looking zombies now. But from a zombie perspective, when I think of the zombie villain, I think of this movie. And another thing that it has going for it is the music behind it. I'm a huge music fan in movies. To me, if you have a regular scene without sound or with a certain style of sound, and then you put on this just like amazing, you substitute it out for this amazing sound, it makes whatever's happening on screen that much more impactful. And the shooting, the filming of Zombie was perfect. Now, it's an Italy-based movie by Lucio Fulci, and it is dubbed. So if that's not your thing, then absolutely, by all means, skip that. But this is one that's near and dear to my heart. So that's my number 8. Coming in number 7, Audition. Audition is another foreign film, an Asian film. What I like about Audition when it comes to thinking about Halloween and think about horror and think about scary, it is very uncomfortable, especially the very end. And you see the worst part of obsession. And that's not, I mean, there's not to say other movies haven't done that, but there is something about the unnerving feeling that I can watch this movie 10 times. And the 10th time, I still feel just as unnerved as I did the first 9. So if you have not seen Audition, definitely give that one a look. That's my number 7. Coming in number 6, Session 9. If you've been a long subscriber to this channel, you've seen my Session 9 review already. And if you're part of the Horror Fanatics Facebook page, then you have heard me and seen me talk about Session 9 in length. There is something about that movie that I absolutely just love. The end is terrifying. Now, there have been some people I've talked to. It is somewhat slow. A lot of the movies that I prefer are, I look at it's like a build-up. If it's slow going, but the tension is rising, and then the end it caps off, I'm all sold for it. And this is what happens in Session 9. So again, thinking about about October and Halloween and the horror season, this is a movie to sink your teeth into. Number 5, Trick or Treat. We can't have a Halloween discussion without Trick or Treat. The names of the title says it all. And it is the quintessential movie to watch during Halloween, especially on Halloween night. I put this alongside Halloween for must watches the day of Halloween. It's just, it's a feel good type horror movie, if that makes sense. Number 4, Halloween. Now, when it comes to Halloween, it's such a convoluted timeline, and it doesn't really matter where you pick it up. There are some people that love the Rob Zombie version. I'm still a big fan of Michael Myers, so if you don't want to watch an older Halloween, first of all, I'm talking about the original. I suggest everyone watches the original one to get themselves started into the Halloween franchise. If you've seen it before and you want to get your Halloween fix without feeling like it's dated, you might want to go with a more recent movie. But you have to watch a Halloween movie during the month of Halloween. It's just a must watch. Number 3, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, Texas Chainsaw Massacre gets it's so underrated because a lot of people credit Halloween with starting the slasher genre. Came out in 1978. Leatherface and TCM came out in 74. And it's a different level of grittiness. It's a different level of grittiness that is in that movie. It just feels raw, real, and visceral. So that's definitely something to watch during this season. Number 2, Paranormal Activity. Now, there's no better at-home experience than Paranormal Activity as far as being immersed in it. And why? Because of the setting. The setting is so simple. It's in someone's home. It's just 2 people at a house with things happening to them. It's not at in a haunted mansion. It's not at some place that you can't see yourself in. Paranormal Activity definitely gives you that unnerving feeling the whole way throughout, and perfect for the Halloween season. Now, my number 1, now again, this wasn't a ranking of in order or worst to best. This was just 10 movies that should be watched. I'm gonna have to go with Hereditary. Hereditary to me is the scariest movie I've ever seen. Initially it was, for me, Paranormal Activity, until I watched Hereditary, and then I kind of had time to let both of them sit in. I didn't have, on the spot, the reaction for me to Paranormal Activity was terrifying. I was scared for 3 days after that one. I didn't have that same reaction with Hereditary initially until I went back to watch it. The more I watch it, the more it sinks in with me. So that's my number 1. What do you guys think? And what do you like to watch during Halloween? Leave a like. First of all, like this video, leave a comment, and let me know what you like to see. If you're new here, then welcome to the Glad's channel, the best horror channel here on YouTube. I do all things horror, from top 10 lists to trailer reactions to movie reviews, whatever and I take requests as well. So thank you guys for tuning in with me. Happy Halloween coming up. I'll see you guys next time.